This video is sponsored by Squarespace. All right, today I'm going to be working on what I consider to be dream digital art setups, but there is a catch. I want to do it on a budget. So they're a dream, but also realistic at the same time. Hello, my name is Brad. I review tech for creative professionals. Now, you already know what we're doing today, but I want to break down the rules here. The main thing is yes, we're going to try our best to stay within the budgets defined here. And I have 3 budgets. We have like the cheapest you can go and still get something really good, and we go up to something that I think is a really reasonable price for setting up like a little art studio. Now, you can go a lot higher than that. Wacom sells a tablet that costs $3,500 on its own. But I want to cover my bases a little bit. I want to think about the studio aspect of it, not just, hey, here's a drawing tablet, but what does that drawing tablet need to connect with? What other accessories are you going to need to go along with that in order to like really get a studio setup going? So with those ground rules out of the way, let's bust into this at the $500 price tier. So $500 is actually really hard because if you think about it, it is hard to just find a laptop that costs $500. You can do it, but it's not going to be a very good laptop. And it's definitely not going to be one that you can draw on. So to get a drawing tablet and a laptop together that gives you a good setup for creating digital art, it's probably not going to happen. However, you can get some pretty good tablets at this price point. So for my dream setup, I'm going to go with the 9th gen iPad. That is $329. Now that is its base price, so if you're looking for it on apple.com or a lot of other online sites like Best Buy that I have pulled up here, that's what you're going to find it for. However, it wasn't that hard to find it for less. Also, so you don't have to write down all these product names as fast as they show up on the screen, I'm also going to be putting links to all of these products down below in the description. So over here on Amazon, we have the Apple 9th gen iPad for $280. So that is the price that I'm going with right here. Now, there is something else that you're going to need with this iPad. 1st gen Apple Pencil. Now on Amazon, you're going to find a lot of things that look like the Apple Pencil, but that's not what we need. We need the actual 1st gen Apple Pencil, which is going to be another $80. The 2nd gen Pencil doesn't work, and I wouldn't go with the cheaper alternatives. They're just not nearly as good. We still have money left over, and there are some accessories that I want to pick up for this that are going to make this more of a studio item. First off, Apple sells a cover that will basically prop up your iPad at an angle that's very comfortable to draw at. They call that their folio cover. It's the smart cover for iPad 9th generation. That's $50. Also, since we found this on sale, we could also afford the Apple Smart Keyboard cover. Now, the problem with that, even though it's a nice keyboard, is it doesn't let us set our iPad up at an angle which we could draw. And since that is my primary focus, that's where I'm gonna go. But I think we could do both. This is the Logitech combo keyboard, and basically you see it right here. One, you get the keyboard, you get a trackpad. It also has a flap on the back that acts as a stand. And as an added benefit, you can flip that keyboard over and you can actually flatten this thing out so you can use it as a drawing stand as well. So you get the best of both worlds, and it's got a place to store that Apple Pencil. So that is what I'm going for in this first category. Now, some of you who don't like Apple, I understand. There are some Android options out there. This is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. This is the 2022 edition. Often you can find this on sale. You can see here that I found this one for $250. That is a really good deal. You could actually get 2 of these and still fit within the budget of what we're dealing with here. One thing is they're still selling the old version, which is like 3 or 4 years old at this point. Make sure you get the 2022 edition if you go this route. Now, before we get to the next section, I want to shout out to today's sponsor, Squarespace. Have you ever wanted to sell something online? Well, Squarespace is here to save the day. It's not only an all-in-one platform for building the ultimate website, it's your gateway to selling products, content you create, and even your time. With Squarespace, you can build an online store. Whether you're selling physical, digital, or service products, Squarespace has the tools you need to start selling today. You can make checkout seamless for your customers with simple but powerful payment tools. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, Apple Pay, and offer your customers the options to buy now and pay later with Afterpay and ClearPay. And you can keep track of all your customers using Squarespace's analytics. Using these insights, you can grow your business, learn where your site's visits and sales are coming from, and analyze which channels are most effective. Improve your website and build a marketing strategy based on your top keywords or most popular products and content. Head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to get started, go to squarespace.com/BradColbo to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. All right, our next tier is $1,000. I want to get out of the tablet realm and look more into drawing tablets. Now, my favorite size of drawing tablet to draw on is a 16-inch drawing tablet. So that's where I'm going to focus most of my attention here. You can find some that are like 13 or 12 inches and they're smaller and they're cheaper, but 16 inches gives you plenty of space to draw on. The hit points aren't too small. It fits on your desk. It's easy to maneuver around. I just think it's a really nice size. And so for this, I'm going to focus on this one. This is the Kamvas 16 2021. This is a Huion device. And as you can see here, this costs $400. So this is going to eat up almost half of our budget. The one thing I would say is, since we're at the $1,000 price point, this makes it super, super hard to find a laptop to connect it to. I'm going to cheat a little bit and find something on sale that kind of fits within our price range. Hold the phone. I checked out Amazon just to see if I could find a cheaper price. I found it for $299, so we could save $100, which gives us $700 left to find a laptop. That's a lot more wiggle room. So as you can see here, you can find things on sale, but the problem is I feel like many of these have too low of specs if you're looking at drawing and illustration. I think there are some specs that I'm going to look for in any laptop. And the first one is I'm going to see if I can get 16 gigs of RAM. I can probably get by with 8 gigabytes, which is what I'm seeing with a lot of these, but I really want to jump up to that higher level. So now that I've filtered by 16 gigs of RAM, everything's coming in at $999, $1,000, $800, which makes a lot of sense. Okay, here we go. Asus ZenBook 14.5. This is $699. This is dead on the price range we're looking for. What do we got? So this is 14.5 inches. That's a good size screen. OLED. Hey, that's really good. Touch screen, 2.8K. So you're not dealing with full HD. You're actually going a little bit bigger. So you're going to have a decent resolution on this. An OLED display is going to be a really nice bright display. I'm liking this. 13th gen Core i7 processor. That is really good. 512 gigabytes SSD. This actually looks exactly like what I'm looking for here. So this doesn't look top of the line. This is probably on sale, an older model from last year that they're selling now, trying to get rid of. The core things that I would look for are 512 gigabytes of storage. You don't want to go below that. Try to get 16 gigabytes of RAM. Those are the big things. Try to get a decent screen. I'm going to look at the pictures and see what we got here. So we got a USB type A port on one side. We got an HDMI. We got two USB type Cs. Headphone jack, not a lot of I/O, but it's exactly what we need. Our drawing tablet is going to either use one of those USB type Cs, or it's going to need that USB type A and that HDMI port. This has got us covered. Our drawing pad is going to work with this. We are out of money, so I'm going to stop there and we're going to go to the next category, $2,000. So I want to start with the drawing tablet here. Originally, when I was planning this video, I was thinking, hey, let's go Wacom. But as you can see here, the Wacom Cintiq Pros are coming in around $1,500. That's most of our budget right there, and it's only a 16-inch pen display. Now, I do feel like this is better than that Huion that we were looking for. It's got a 4K display. It's a higher resolution, but you're also paying 4 times as much. More than that, 5 times as much. I don't know if this is worth 5 times more. I think at this price or in this price range, we should go with something really big, something that's gonna like look awesome and just sit on our desk. So I am going to stick with Huion here, and let's see how big we can get. We get the Kamvas Pro 24 and the 24 4K. Let's go 4K. Let's go big. So right here we're looking at $1,300. That takes up most of our budget. But the reason I want to pick this one is because it's giant. It sits on your desk. What they've really done is they've cranked up the color on this thing. They've cranked up the resolution on this thing. The pen is really nice to draw with. It is the same pen that we got on the 16. The main benefit that you're getting here is just that size. It's so luxurious to draw on something so big. It doesn't have any shortcut keys like the 16 does, but it does come with a little shortcut key remote, a little free gifty thing here. So that's nice. I'm going to go to Amazon here and see if I can find this thing on sale. And no, it's the same price on Amazon or on Huion. Doesn't matter where you buy it. Probably will ship to you faster on Amazon. So we're kind of in the same place we were before. We've got $700 in order to get a computer that we can plug this thing into and run it on. We could actually go with the same exact laptop. That's what I would suggest. But we could also look into going Apple. All right, so let's check out the Macs. I think the cheapest MacBook Air they sell is $1,000 or $1,100, somewhere in there. What is going to help us here is a Mac Mini. That is the cheapest Mac they offer. These things come with the M2 chip. They're really, really, really good computers. But it's just the computer. There's no screen or anything. So let's check this out. Okay, so what kind of Mac Minis do we have to choose from? They have 3 here. This starts at $599, which is pretty good. That gives us an extra $100 to work with. I think for that price, you're getting that M2 processor. It's pretty good. There is one huge problem here, and that is it only comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. That is the thing I keep homing in on. It would be nice to go up to 16 gigabytes of RAM as well. I think on a Mac, memory management's a little better than on a PC from my experience. So I'm a little bit more okay with that 8 gigabytes here, but it would be nice to go up. The 16 gigabytes of unified memory goes all the way up to $1,300. That is way out of our budget. What's crazy to me, and this kind of drives me nuts a little bit, is that if we want to go up to that 512 gigabytes of storage, that is the only thing different here, right? 16 neural cores, 2 Thunderbolt, 4 ports, 2 USB Type A's, HDMI, Gigabyte Ethernet headphone. These are the same. The only difference between the entry-level Mac Mini and the next level up is that storage. And there's a $200 price difference. You're paying $200. Oh, Apple, for 256 gigabytes of SSD storage. Apple, why do you do this to me? So if you want to cheat and go Mac, you're going to have to spend $2,100 on this setup. I am so sorry, but I would not go with something with that little storage if you're going to be doing digital art and working with a lot of files. And of course, if you want to go to the PC route, that laptop or something comparable that we talked about earlier would probably do just fine. So what do you think? What does your dream digital art setup look like? What things would you get? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days.